I know it's been a while for the update. Obviously I said I was going to do weekly, and it wasn't weekly. And that was obviously with the New Year's. I had a lot going on. I was also not home. I was in Dallas for the New Year's, so it was a little more chaotic and really busy. I was at end of year, upper room, and it was such a great time, and most of what I have to talk about is from that, and what I learned from that, but just now, we're going into a new year. Well, we're already in the new year, 7 days in, which is wild to me to think about. But how much this year just feels so different for me. And we'll get into that later. But to start off with what I learned, this was before end of year. So we have a lot to cover. Wow. Which we're going to start with one question. That it was right before Christmas. Which, actually, wait, no, I would have. I meant, that's in the last video. Whoa. That's how long it's been. I forget what's in the last video. But it was a lot of reflecting on how much more I want to sit with the Lord and be with Him, and how, yeah, I can always do more. I can always go to more events, go be a leader more, but just sit more at the end of the day. Which has definitely happened more within prayer. And then we kind of just go into right before you go live, just I wanted to be so much more hungry every single day for Him. And going into end of year, I still have no clue why. Well, I do now, right? But there was just this weird emphasis on the heart for me, going into it, and just it was continually brought up every single session via live, the heart, and it's almost reframing me to realize that my heart is meant to be active, the Lord's heart is meant to be my heart, it's meant to be broken for the lost, not judging them, but loving them, wanting them to know God, but also looking to God from the heart, and then wanting more of God from the heart as well. So it was really, the first day was a phenomenal sermon, and I strongly suggest, if you haven't watched it, to watch it or to re-watch it if you have, because all these sessions were so good. But really, the first day was all about prayer and turning to God, which was session 1, and that was just such a good thing to see. It's turning my heart to God, not just my eyes, but my heart to God, so the veil is removed, and spending time in prayer, which is our whole goal. And then we had session 2, which was Michael Quinones' sermon. Go watch it. He preached it on Sunday. The Jesus Image. If you're in Spanish, you can watch the Spanish stream that was there. It was so good. And it was all like looking unto the Lord. So it was all about how if we don't look, we can get so obsessed with self that we seem perfect and everybody else seems like a failure and the flaws are so massive when we have a plank in our eye. So it requires us daily to look from the heart at the cross to see Jesus, but also to see our humanity and know how broken we are. But because of the cross, we are no longer. I think one of the things he said, or two of the things he said that have stuck with me the longest, are his eyes no longer beautiful? And on like to add on to that, are his wounds no longer beautiful? Do his wounds no longer heal me? So like just looking at those parts of him that are so beautiful daily. And then the last one is, do you choose the plank or the tree? So it's which piece of wood are you choosing? The one in your eye that causes you to be self-absorbed, or the cross that shows you as you are, and how much need of you for everything. And then it was, session 3 was more just about being in the secret place with prayer and how important prayer is. And then we got to another sermon that I've now watched twice and has destroyed me both times, which was Ben Fitzgerald. And his was all about God's heart for the lost. And not judging them, but like loving them, going out and evangelizing. It's not a call for evangelists, it's a call for everybody. And the Great Commission wasn't, oh, if you're called to be an evangelist, go out and evangelize. No, it's go out and make disciples of all nations. Everybody was called to do that. So we are. And what really stuck with me, at the end of it, we were all just like getting wrecked by the Lord, and I was sitting there, just got this verse popped up, and it was Mark 2:17, which is, I have not come to call the righteous, but I have come to seek the unrighteous, or to call the unrighteous, whatever the wording is there. Well, like, his heart was always for the unrighteous. He loved the righteous. He always wanted the unrighteous. That's why he came. Which was just amazing. And then session 5 was all about, like, again, being with God in the secret place, like in the inner room, one-on-one with God, and like seeing what the Spirit is doing. And just how good that was. But also how, like, when we spend time with God, He reveals our identity. Not as a preacher or whatever our job is, but as a son, as a child. And one of the things that he said that stuck with me is, would you rather be a blank, so fill in the blank, whatever it is, or a son? Which one's more important? And then it was on just like, what are we buying? Like, our attention is our currency in this day and age, almost. So like, what are we buying? and how we should be buying faith, so spending time with him in the secret place, buying righteousness, and buying the word, so the understanding of the word, so that way we can then go out and preach. And then there's been some other things that I've just like reflected, but like learned, and it's just looking. Like the more I look, the more I love. The more I look, the more I behold. And like the first day of the conference, during worship that first night, I literally had an image that stuck with me the entire time, and it was just a lamb on a hill with the cross behind it, and the lamb was all wounded and bloody, and just like blood pouring down from the hill, and it was just like an amazing image of him. And it was so good just to see that every single day and be reminded of that. And now I try to like get that same image, but it's different now. Like it's just an image of him. And that's my hope, is like that I just continually look to him, because it's a matter of life and death. Whether I look to him or if I don't, it's a matter of life and death. And I want to choose life every time. So it's kind of the recap of the past 2 weeks, and what has God shown me and what I learned, and just how much I feel like my heart has just changed to looking to him, to loving him, to loving others more, and like not caring about those things. And I think that's been the big goal, is to like look to him and not look away, and I definitely have. This week I haven't done the best, but we're getting there. We're trying, we're daily, and like, it's just been so good, so changing. Yeah, it's just a reminder of like how important it is just to sit with him and be in prayer. So that's what I say. Go sit with him, go be in prayer.